Deseret News Rewind is presented by Heidemann and Associates. Call them now for a free consultation, 801-754-4240, or go to utah.law. Welcome in Deseret News Rewind. Dusty, Litster, Dane, Stewart, presented by Heidemann Associates, but brought to you by the Utah Army National Guard.
That's right, Dusty. And Utah Army National Guard, hey, it's more than just military service. Have career opportunities in the medical field and mechanical field, all sorts of different options there, and up to $20,000 signing bonuses available at the Utah Army National Guard, depending on career option chosen. To learn more, you can visit www.nationalguard.com.
Absolutely want to thank them for their support of what we do. And all right, big games coming up this week.
Yeah.
We got to pick them. And last week in our big games,
we lived up to it, huh?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
And now, we ended up on opposite sides on some of them, and some of them we won, some of them we lost. Well, at least one of us won, and some of those, and all of them anyway.
Yeah.
The only one that we both were off on was Harriman East.
Yeah.
So we'll see how we do this week. All right. Thursday, we're splitting games between Thursdays and Fridays, so we're going to start Thursday first. American Fork at Lone Peak.
Boy, big ball game, Dusty. How about Lone Peak? Boy, coming off back-to-back losses? Seems kind of odd. We talked last week about American Fork. You just never quite know who's going to show up. I think American Fork coming in feeling pretty good about themselves, but I'm going to continue to ride with that Lone Peak defense. I'm going to go with the Knights in this one, but I'll tell you what, I mean, watch out. Mattsson's shown he can sling the football.
Put me in a spot where I got to pick against Lone Peak for the second straight week in a row. I don't know what I want to do. This was the watershed game a year ago for that Lone Peak football team. There they lost to American Fork, and then they changed things around.
You brought this on yourself, you know.
Well, I'll let you go first. What happened? I can't do it. I'm going to go Lone Peak. I don't think they go 3 in a row, although this game is going to be really, really good.
Yeah, it is.
This is not an easy pick, but I will go with Lone Peak for the sake of no. We're going to skip Thursday games. We'll save the big ones for last. So if you're looking for our picks, Skyridge, Corner Canyon, don't worry, they're coming. Timpview, Alta, they're coming. Don't worry. All right, Friday, Weber at Roy.
Man, Weber, I mean, Cole Hogan, what a game he had this last week, right? But Roy, we didn't talk about them in our video this week. They put up like 50 points, albeit against some down competition. At Roy, I'm going to go with the Royals in this one. I think Weber may be able to run the ball a little bit better, but Jackson Dart and company, I think it's a big game for Roy. I'm going to go with Roy at home.
I never like picking against Fred Fernandez, but I'm going to. Weber's playing really, really well.
They are.
They're playing really, really well. Hogan's running the ball like mad, because here's what happens. They get up 14-0 in that ball game. Roy will come back at some point, at least get a score or two.
Yeah.
But Weber put it away.
Magic number is going to be 24. I mean, Roy, the defense has to limit Weber.
That is the pillar.
Yeah.
Bountiful at Farmington.
Oh, man. I mean, 2 weeks ago, I'd be like, this is a blowout. Farmington kills them. And the way Bountiful's been playing the last 2 weeks, don't quite know. I'm going to go with Farmington at home. I think they get back to their winning ways. I think they've had a couple of wake-up calls in recent weeks. I'm going to go with Farmington, but boy, Bountiful could make this game interesting.
Couple bell ringers for Farmington. Had that loss to Viewmont, and then last week you were able to get it right. I think Coach got his team's attention back.
Yeah.
I'm with Farmington on this one too. Man, I'm so excited for this one. Desert Hills at Pineview.
Oh, man. How about this,
Coach Hasna, he's excited for this one.
Yeah, he should be. I mean, you got the Thunder and the old Cats of Pineview, the Panthers. This is going to be a fun one, and two really good quarterbacks going head-to-head in this one. We talk about some of the shootouts that we saw earlier this year and Highland Skyline this week. This could very well be another one of those, Dusty. I'm going to go in this one with Desert Hills.
It's a good choice. Will Stead going back to Pineview where his brother starred, but Croton is the leading passer in the country. And that ain't changing. I'll go Pineview.
Okay. For
the sake of going opposite, because I think he's that close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Defense is better. Pack a sack lunch. I mean, this is going to be a long night.
Yes, it is.
Juan Diego, Grantsville.
I'll tell you what. Juan Diego had a really tough loss this last week, Dusty. Grantsville, they got a big matchup coming up in Week 10 against Morgan. That could be for region. There's going to be a lot on the line in that one. Juan Diego, this maybe has a little bit of a sleeper look to it. If you're a Grantsville Cowboy fan, you better make sure you're awake and aware, because if you're not focused, Juan Diego, I think they showed they can come up and nip you. I'm going to go with Juan Diego. What some might call an upset. I'm going to go with the Soaring Eagle.
Yeah, somewhere Juan Diego says, you teams talk about you have to travel. Here's our region games at Morgan. Next week at Grantsville.
Yeah.
welcome to my life. Welcome to 3A football. I'll go Grantsville.
Okay.
Cowboys at home, play really hard. They play really tough out there. I'll take care, or I'll pick the Cowboys. All right. Timpview at Alta.
Oh, man, big game. How about Timpview? Had a nice win 2 weeks ago and then brought back to earth last week or on Friday night in a loss against
What a forearm
Orem.
and Noah Sewell, but
Sheesh. That poor defensive lineman is going to be sore. And then you look at this Alta team. I mean, just didn't get anything going. Alta looked very, I don't want to say Jekyll and Hyde, but they showed two different sides of themselves on Friday night. They're not going to be able to get away with that against Timpview. This is all going to come down to that Timpview running game. They're going to have to run the ball better than they did against Orem. But I really liked what Alta was able to do in that run game against Lehigh on Friday night. I'm going to go with Alta close, but I'm going to pick the Hawks at home.
Hey, I've talked about this a lot. My father-in-law hung the sign at Timpview Drive.
Yeah.
All the family went to Timpview. I mean, everyone, both sides of my wife's family. But all but two of the kids went to Alta. I'm on the Hawks. ALTAHJWK. There's some bulletin board material for you, Coach Stokes. All right, let's go. Here's the fun one. The big one of the night, the granddaddy of them all, the rematch of the 5A state championship game in 6A. Skyridge at Corner Canyon.
Boy, I mean, Skyridge, folks. I mean, we talked about Corner Canyon and Lone Peak, and we were looking up to that game all year long. And then Skyridge gets the win over Lone Peak last week, and now all of a sudden we got another 1 versus 2 matchup on our hands between the Falcons and the Chargers. How about these two teams moving up from 5A? You just talked about it, and they find themselves 1 and 2 in 6A.
Right.
Impressive years by both these two squads. Hagen's been fantastic this year. He and his younger brother Cody have a great connection. They have been dialing it up.
Cole and Cody,
late.
not Dalton. Cole and Cody, not Dalton.
You're good.
That is on my door when I walk out of my bedroom.
I mean, for me, the interesting thing is we're starting to see the weather turn a little bit. Are we going to start to see the passing attack slow down? And when you look at the running games, I mean, Austin Bell, can Corner Canyon get him going against that Skyridge defense? I'm going to go with Corner Canyon in this ball game, but I think this is really, really close. I think it's tight. I don't know if it's as tight as Corner Canyon Lone Peak, but this is not a runaway. I'm going to go with the Chargers by a small margin.
Yeah, this is going to be really interesting. This series, just so you know, long history. 3 years in a row, 1-1. First game not played at Rice Eccles Stadium.
Hey, that's true.
So this is going to be fun. Call threw for 360 yards. I think he could do it again. Got a lot of guys. Palmer knows how to beat Corner Canyon. Samuels knows how to beat Corner Canyon. But Zach Wilson played in that game, not Cole Hagen. That's still really good. Chargers. Corner Canyon wins this game. It's close. It's going to come down to the very end. Mistakes. Whoever makes the least amount of mistakes, obviously, and that's so much coach speak. But that's what happened in those two games last year, or in the last 2 years. The mistakes made, and Skyridge overcame in 2017, couldn't overcome in 2018. But I'm going to go Corner Canyon at home.
I saw a line about a week or two ago, I think it was. Do you know Cole Hagen, undefeated as a starter at Corner Canyon? Undefeated, has not lost as a starter for the Corner Canyon Chargers at quarterback.
Yeah, 2-0 as a sophomore, undefeated as a junior, hasn't lost yet as a senior.
Chargers, I got the Chargers.
Not quite the mic drop we were going for.
That's 3D action for you right there, folks.
Let us know who you got on your picks. Where we're right, where we're wrong. We'll always sit down and discuss that one. And hit us up at right here on the Facebook, or you can hit us up at D News Rewind, at Dane_Stewart, at Dusty Lister. For Vince Francis, Dane Stewart, I'm Dusty Lister. Thanks for joining us watching Deseret News Rewind on Deseret.com.